probably a week or two before school started. I didn't have access to it. But you'll never guess what happened. About a week or so ago, I got a text message from the IT guy, from one of the IT guys. I'm friends with the college, and he told me that the guy that was teaching, they hired for that class, that took over from my old instructor, is leaving.
So, how much you send them every year to keep to be an alumni?
Do what?
Well, when I went to college, they hit you up twice a year for alumni donations.
They don't do that at my college.
And the reason I said that is, I would figure I'd have some rights I don't. But what rights do you have? You don't go there, you don't give them any money? You're trespassing if you're on that Twitter.
We are live in 10 seconds. Okay, I can't count. We're live.
That's unsuccessful.
But I'm not. My old instructor said he would you move back to the area. He said he would gladly come back if they would let him. But if he asked me to come up there and help him refix it the way we had it, that wouldn't be trespassing.
Not if you're invited. If you invite anybody in the front door, you're not trespassing. If you come in the front door, not good.
All right, Jeff, that sounds good. Jeff's got some plumbing issues to deal with tonight, it looks like.
House or personal?
House.
Okay. Wish him well, but not as well.
Yeah.
I hope not, Gary. He's going to go buy a snake. It better not be personal.
Yeah, better be for the house. So we are streaming and we are sharing Zoom, which is basically the same thing as what I looked at earlier. So I'm content with this. This works. Other than it not, I don't know. To me, it's the same thing. I could be looking at it wrong. So Chris is muted, I see. Are we missing anybody from earlier? Is this pretty much everybody?
I don't think anybody's left.
Except me, and then obviously I'm back. All right. Yeah, I only had to wait about 3 minutes. It wasn't too bad. Could have went better.
I'm back in a minute. The dog wants upstairs.
Do I?
The dog wants to upstairs. Give me just a minute.
Is this where we can break to a reporter down 20 kilometers southwest of Halifax for an update on the weather?
I guess Jim said in Carrie's chat they were preparing for a bad storm. BH Ringer said they're preparing for some snow earlier.
Yeah. We're not preparing for nothing but a couple of days of rain and a whole lot more of sunny weather.
Yeah, those days would be nice. That would be real good, actually. It'll be here soon enough. Then we'll be complaining about the heat and the rain. Then we'll want the snow and the cold. So, can never be happy.
Wouldn't it be funny, Alex, if Terry's watching all these streams?
That would be kind of neat. I mean, we know Doug watches occasionally.
But I'm not worried about it. I didn't tell her that I talked to y'all on here already. Even if I did, I wouldn't mention y'all specifically, so she wouldn't know,
I think he said Terry, not your customer.
I thought he said Carrie too.
Terry with a T.
Oh, his customer Terry.
Oh, okay.
This is where Alex sits with the 226er to be fixing her computer and watching Zoom.
Hi, Catherine. Catherine's in the chat room.
You're kidding. Uh-oh, I better go hide. Hi, Catherine.
It would have been better if she would have got on, if Doug had been, or if you had been broadcasting that over YouTube the other day when he was on there, when Doug was on there with us and she was watching.
we're gonna have to work on all the Terry, quite contrary. We're gonna have to work on these names. Code names.
But it'll be my luck that tomorrow morning, about when I wake up, I'll wake up to a text message that says something along the lines of, Alex, I'm still sick or something, and I won't be able to be there.
And I text back to her and I say, how long are these excuses gonna go on for? I'm sorry, I'm not nice to people when they start doing that, sick or not. They say, you owe me a bill, and you're giving me excuses as to why you won't get it over here. How long is this gonna continue? I'm just telling you, I'm sick. Oh, yeah, you said that twice already. Hello. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
And hello, everyone.
Hi, Kat.
Hello.
And we have the awkward silence.
Why?
I don't know why. I just know we have Catherine comes in and says hi to everybody. Everybody says hi back, and now we got awkward silence.
We're waiting for BH to bring the beer from the fridge.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, he's back.
Be quiet, Catherine's in Medican today. I left it in the barn.
You're out in the bar. Uh-oh.
Catherine's mad at me.
Yeah, didn't you hear?
I did not.
Why?
Fill me in.
Why am I mad at you, Ken?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I'm confused.
See, that's why you're mad.
Gary's just getting out more rope for you.
That's funny.
So when you hang them,
So why am I now angry with Ken?
Gary's trying to be funny, Captain.
And it's our problems. As long as they're not me.
Oh. Here's Mrs. Kid.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, what's that?
Hey, you should have been here 2 hours ago. You're late.
Back in the waiting room. Bye.
I don't think he knew 2 hours ago we were streaming, and I think if we get right down to it, it would now be closer to 4 hours ago, but who's counting? I believe Chris sent me a message around 7 tonight. So, anyway.
The only reason why I joined when I did is because I thought, I wonder what Ken's up to. I wonder if he started Zooming. I didn't even check YouTube. I just tried to put in the ID in Zoom. And I got in.
Yep. No, I'll if I get a request, somebody wants to Zoom, I'll start it. I don't necessarily have to stream to start Zoom. I kind of enjoy the private chats we have in Zoom. You learn things. And some of the things we learn, we probably don't want to have them going out to the world because you never know who's listening.
This is true.
And you find out. Do what, Gary?
I said, you know what they say about us people.
Us people? What do they say about us people?
We're all people. That wasn't a joke.
No. No, I know. So, Catherine, how are you today?
I'm very well.
Good to hear. You're up kind of late, are you not?
Sorry?
Did you take a nap today? Got a lot of energy?
Yeah, I did. I took a nap like 2-3 hours in the afternoon. But tonight I didn't sleep.
Get the vegetables cut up.
Greg, did you wake up at the normal 12:30?
Yes, I made
Do what, Catherine?
I made vegetables, leek and carrot with onions and garlic with fish fingers.
sounds pretty good.
And I didn't get any.
Fingers.
Does a fish have 10 fingers?
I'm 7 fish fingers. Is that the much? Yeah, man.
So, is Chris still listening, or did he go to sleep? Or does anyone know?
Chris was at the backyard playing with Max.
I'm laying in bed, I'm sleeping. I got it, just an answer. I won't be listening.
Okay, I just wondered.
Just put your laptop on your belly, Chris.
We should start an ad campaign. Have trouble sleeping? Join us every night, 10:30. Guaranteed you'll be asleep by 11.
EH will bring the beer and Alex will
Are
bring
you indicating that we're that boring?
No, not at all.
If you want boring, listen to Carrie. If you
Yeah,
want lively and energetic, and always has new stories to talk about, listen to us.
That's why I said I found Terry's live stream kind of boring today. It just wasn't interesting to me. I'm not into nooks, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You know what's even more boring than Carrie's stuff? When you get and I had this most of the time over the years when I was in high school. When you get what's really boring is when you get a teacher standing up in front of the projector screen that has the CD with all the PowerPoints on it, and they literally just stand up there with the CD and read off the PowerPoint word for word.
Did they have the pointer and point it out as well? No.
I had one teacher. He was a coach. That's all he did is read off the PowerPoint. But I had another one. My history teacher actually made his own PowerPoints and didn't read anything. He actually explained the stuff.
So I'm going to show you guys a picture, and then I'll ask a question.
The questions don't start for another hour. What the?
So I'm going to bring this over and actually show it to the YouTube world as well. This is from my sister, and what it is a trail in Zion National Park. And you can, if you look real close, you can see people on there. Now the question is, how many people would be willing to walk that trail?
Where's it at?
Zion National Park in Utah.
Why do you ask how many people will be willing to walk it? Is it long? Is it bumpy?
Did you not see the picture?
Oh, no.
We didn't see it very long.
Oh, well,
I'm
here.
not watching YouTube.
I'll share it, not show it over the YouTube world. I'll just share it to us. We're privileged people now. YouTube's going to suffer.
Alex just wants to know if you read the video notes.
So if you look real close, there's people right there. There's somebody right there. There's two people right there. I've been to Zion. I've not walked this trail. I'm not.
Do they have guardrails?
Honestly, don't know, Gary. Does not look like there are guardrails. No. I just used my magnifier to get a good glimpse at it.
I don't know, I would attempt it, I guess.
Ken, for all the young ones here, do you want to explain the meaning of Zion to them? They might not know.
All the young ones?
Yeah.
All one of the young ones, or?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've looked at this a couple different times. I'm trying to determine if it's because of the way the picture is taken. Is it really that far off the ground. Clearly there are no rails, although there might be one right there.
Well, there's a song in the hymnal called Marching, at church called Marching to Zion. So typically when I think of that, I guess I could think of, going to heaven.
Could be read that way.
Well, I know you're not referring to the Matrix.
No.
So is that
Even though that's mentioned several
is
times.
that trail that you were showing us meant to represent like the Tower of Babel?
No, it's just a trail in a national park that looks to be extremely dangerous and probably hard to negotiate.
Yeah,
I've seen worse. I've seen some trails that are practically straight up and down, and you have to use a tug rope and a pull rope and spikes to get up it. I would not do it, but there are people that enjoy doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it I probably wouldn't do it, if there was rails.
Not that it's a world-shattering breaking news or anything, but I've hiked trails in the Grand Canyon, I've hiked trails in Zion National Park, and I've hiked trails in Yosemite. But I'm not going to go hike something like that. It's just not my cup of tea.
I mean, if you hike, you should do it according to your condition, if you know what I mean. So, if you are in poor condition, you may want to start with something easy, yes?
Oh yeah, clearly.
I've hiked trails in the Mekong Delta.
Yeah.
This is the type of trail where you say, but take your picture, step back one step. Where do you go?
There's on the Grand Canyon, you have the American side, which I call our government side. They've got rails up, and then you have the Indian side, which has no rails. I've been to both. You can literally walk to the edge of the cliff and look over, and if you take one more step, you're going to be at the bottom of the cliff, and you're probably not going to survive. Now, the day we were there, you know me and my big mouth, I asked the guy at the tour dude, I said, so how many people have fallen? He goes, oh, the 25 years I've been here, we've never had anyone fall. 2 weeks later, it made national news, they had somebody fall. On the American side that had the rails, you have idiots that stand up on the rails and cross the rails and get out there where they're not supposed to get, and they fall all the time. I don't know. What's the point of that? Rails deter? No. And no rails seem to be a little bit more safer up until when that one dude fell 2 weeks later. Let me see if I can find that. So Tim said he didn't join earlier because he was on a support call or something with someone. Somebody say something. This awkward silence.
We got some snow.
Anything but snow, please.
So Gary, what's the latest news?
Nah, I don't care.
There's a burning question about today's earlier deed. What was Lorna saying to you at that?
About what?
No, you were leaving with the snow and all that, and she was in the background.
Oh, she was doing a Facebook Live, which was absolutely hilarious. Oh, it's good. Please don't misunderstand me. I think it's great. I'd like to see her do more stuff like that. But her interpretation and wording of things sometimes is, probably because she's Asian, is interesting. It'd probably be the same thing if I was in the Philippines trying to explain the tsunami. I mean, she's just not used to it. Okay, give me a minute here and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
There's Mr. Ken, and there's his toesies, and you probably don't want to see his toesies.
Oh, did you see my toesies? My toesies were frozen. They were cold.
Did anyone on today's live stream with Gary see what me and PK were talking about?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
Gary stopped him from doing videos.
Do what?
Kerry stopped him from doing videos. We won't see his videos anymore. Because Kerry told him to stop.
What's going on?
Kerry told PK to stop doing the videos. We
What
won't.
videos?
The edits, all the video edits that he was doing with Kerry.
Planet
Cairo. Kerry told him to stop.
Why?
I don't know, but I guess PK is okay with it. And that's the third, first, fourth, fifth person he's fired in 2 years.
He must have all his computers caught up and given back to all the clients and customers.
He said he's got a backlog.
They have back on the money, because my money be coming back.
Sounds like Studio B is still made of cards.
So this is not the greatest of pictures. Maybe not. But right here, you can see how close this guy is to the edge. This back here in the background is the go out on the 4 inches of glass and look straight down for $900 per person, which I wouldn't want to do. I have gotten not quite as close as this Indian dude did, which he's probably not even real Indian. This is the glass thing. That's a horrible picture.
That's what they have at the CN Tower in Toronto, plate glass, and you stand over it, you look almost a quarter mile down.
Yeah, I would have issues doing that. Here's a little bit better. Oh, what the hell? Where'd it go? Oh, good. Now I get to buy up to disc. I get to buy discount tickets. Honey, we're going back to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's pricey. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm sure this is safer than do what, Rick?
For $900, I think, no, thank you.
No, I don't think it's quite that much. It was pretty expensive.
Well, even for $100, I say no, thank you.
I'm trying to find the one. Now you can see it right here.
Oh my God.
Hey Tim, I saw that you joined right before I jumped over here.
Yeah, I got home from work today about 2 o'clock and wanted to take only an hour nap. I didn't wake up until 6 o'clock today, and then my phone was blowing up for computer help.
I'm sorry, I didn't know who else to reach out to. I didn't mean to bother you.
You didn't bother me. I was on the phone and I was chit-chatting with Catherine. Catherine, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I can't wait to build it.
Well, I can't find. Now Lauren and I've been here to this thing, this little mining dooflinky, whatever you want to call it. We've been there. I've got pictures somewhere of that. I mean, you can see how close these people are to the edge, and there's no rails at all. And
Tim?
yes.
No, Tim.
Oh. 10,
Did you find the red?
Bill, John.
I haven't looked, but I can get all that stuff. That's going to be a really cool build.
Yeah,
Looks like everything is available. I did check on everything but the GPU.
Yeah, GPU, I don't want to hear any problem.
Good luck with that, but I do have a lot of GPU laying around here, but I don't want to put used stuff in there. I want brand new stuff. Because it might not be compatible and it might screw with it.
What GPUs do you have, Rich?
I can't say off the top of my head. I've got all kinds of parts laying around.
Oh, okay. And it's like blacked out still, so it has no how do you say? It has no RGB, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I didn't want none of the RGB. I'm glad you asked me about that because I don't need all that fancy stuff. It's going to be underneath. You can't see it anyway.
I mean the board might have RGB, you know, but red and gold things. And
I really like the RAM and the CPU, the motherboard, the case, everything. Great list.
$240 more than the P660 board.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the P660 board, you will have, it's a great choice because it's still in the same lineup for creation.
It'd be a lot better than sitting here waiting for 4 hours for everything to convert. Cause I do all my editing and then I do a batch process and that poor CPU just can't keep up with it.
No. Yeah, the new
Especially when you got 800 photos waiting to be processed.
It should not be a problem for the new CPU.
Yeah, that's a 12th gen CPU, I think.
Yes.
That should be nice.
12700K, so it's not a slouch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, this poor thing is 7th generation, so it's slow. It heats up really hot.
Oh, okay, but
You can hear that fan running.
what cooler do you have on the one you have now?
I don't know what it is. This thing, I didn't build it. This was custom built from the manufacturer to my specifications, and back in those days, that was $1,200.
Okay.
But I'm sure something like this now is obsolete.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's not even Windows compatible according to Microsoft's crap. But anyway.
You could install the Windows 11 on it, yes, but you have to use a certain string to do it.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't want to fool with it. It works fine, so don't fix something that's not broken. Some of these computer people, they get out there, let's see if we can do this, let's see if we can do that. Then the next thing you know, they open a can of worms and they don't know what they did wrong.
I would honestly rather repair these computers that people are giving me that can't support Windows 11 than people start bringing me computers that can support Windows 11, because if they can support Windows 11, one day I'll probably be getting a phone call from them. Why did my computer upgrade to Windows 11 all of a sudden overnight?
Yeah.
Explain that, Alex. I even in Windows 11, but just tell me 3 things wrong with it, and I'll tell you 10 things right with it. And how many days have you ran it for? A month, week, day, 2 days?
I've ran it for a day. I've ran it long enough to see if I could get it installed on the VM.
How long have you ran it on an actual PC by itself?
You're talking about a virtual machine?
Yes.
Okay.
I ran it long enough to see if I could install it on a virtual machine, and that's it.
But you haven't ran it on a machine?
Yeah, well, you didn't get very far, Alex? Sorry.
No, I did not, but I wasn't trying to get very far, because I was only doing it to show Doug how you can get past the initial setup process without having to log into a Microsoft account or be online.
I have been running this machine for almost 12 months, come next month. I have not had a roostering of death yet. I hit scanners a day, I hit a CNN machine for backups. I program the ECMs in your car. That's got nothing to do with work, that's a side job I have. And I use it at work all day. No blue screen or death.
Yeah, and the Windows updates are smaller. They take up the...
That's what I understand with Windows 11. They're a lot smaller.
And it's faster.
Like the community updates are smaller than or just all
As
of
an
the
example, my Outlook works fine. Outlook on Windows 10 has got a problem with it on search. I don't care. I really don't care if people like it or hate it, but I have all these people that even at work, on a personal level, they go, oh, it's no good, or this, it's that, it's this. And how long have you wrote it? A week? 2 weeks? Oh, God, it keeps blue screens to death. Well, God, darn it, get rid of it. Here, I'll help you. Nobody's running more than 3 days.
I can't give you an honest answer on that.
Yeah, so, Alex, if you haven't tried it out, then you cannot charge something that you have not used. Use it first, then in half a year, we talk again. Yes?
Say,
Hell, we got an aircraft from Guatemala landed here right now. Wow.
You say aircraft or air crash?
Aircraft
Okay.
from Guatemala that's never landed here before. I'm watching this on my radar right now, and I can hear it.
It's a secret mission.
Yeah, it's got a weird tail number, XADRC. That's what caught my attention. I'm like, who the hell is that? And I click on this tail number, and that's what it tells me he is.
There was some other news out of Fresno today that I was going to ask you about. I forgot to write down what it was.
Oh no, my radar just crashed.
It's Biden bringing in more immigrants.
Yeah, what about that freaking bridge today? He was supposed to go there today,
Yeah.
and the bridge crashed 2 hours before he was supposed to show up.
it was Trump's fault.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Speaking of Windows 11, both mine and my mom's computer have now got the Windows Update notification to update to it.
Well, I mean,
You guys are getting all these notifications.
What the hell is going on? CHP is flying around surveilling this guy.
We go live now to a reporter in Fresno. Tim, take it away.
I might want to grab my camera and haul ass here in a minute. Oh, he's landing right behind him. I know there's pilots.
and here I thought that was a green screen with Tim. It's air traffic control with the green thing going around and around.
Radar alert. Interesting. Oh, he's not parked at the main terminal. He's at Signature. Well, that's weird.
CHP is the California Highway Patrol. What do they want with him?
Well, we have an aircraft, and I know both of those pilots very well. They got some high tech stuff up there. They can fly up to. They can be a mile and a half above us. And they fly around at night and surveil us with this camera. It can read your license plate number from that high up.
Wow.
It looks like he's just going in for a landing for fuel. He's just waiting for this guy to get the hell out of the way. So that.
I can tell it's an artificial in Indiana because they found me going 180.
Oh yeah, this guy's going up to the terminal. That's an aircraft from another country. That never comes here.
So
Yeah,
that's
but it's XA.
I don't know. I've never seen that tail number before. What is XA? FADRC. You can look that up in the FAA registry, which is free to all of us. I'm looking at this live.
Front runners.
Well, it's a passenger plane. Guatemala. Huh.
So I guess there's some action going on up in Canada with the truckers. That's what I've been reading.
Oh yeah.
That's what I asked Gary. Why is there?
XADRC, Aero Mexico.
Yeah, I just now saw that. It's a Boeing 737.
Yes, 852. Probably saying
Yep,
more
yep.
than
You must be using Flight Radar, Catherine.
yes.
It's a good app. Nice. We never had stuff flying here from there before. I've seen a tail number. I'm like, whoa, what is that? That's weird.
So I found what I was looking for. It says the driver in a fatal Fresno County hit and run is going to be sentenced to a year max in jail because the judge reduced the charges.
Why did he reduce the charge?
It doesn't say. Just probably
That
one
was
that.
that today?
Yeah, let me. It's out of the Fresno Bee. You know that wonderful newspaper.
Oh man, I wouldn't even put that in my bird cage if I had one. For them to shit on.
She's no longer facing felony charges of driving under the influence and hit and run involving a death, and she gets 1 year. Man, who does she know?
Somebody
Oh.
got paid off.
She was headed home from a Table Mountain casino at 2:30 in the morning when she struck something. Not sure what she struck.
Table Mountain Casino, really? That's a 45-minute drive from the mountains down here.
Yeah, that's
Holy crap. That's a windy road.
that's crazy.
I was driving down.
Now there was one girl, they threw the book at her. She had a cell phone up, streaming it live. And then all of a sudden she killed 5 people. They threw the book at her. She was like 16. They didn't even release her name because she was so young.
I was driving home, minding my own business, when this maple tree and all these people ran out and hit me. They came from nowhere.
A maple
Was she
tree.
young, Tim? The one that was doing the streaming? Was she a younger woman?
Yeah, that's what I said. She was 16.
Oh, okay. I didn't
She
catch
had
that.
the book. She had the book thrown at her. Oh, I don't even get me started on that. But
What tree
hey,
do they have?
how hard is it to get an Uber? You know?
Good question. When Greg comes back, we're going to discuss why we're not going to discuss Windows 13 again.
Again.
Oh, that'll never happen. They'll go Windows 11, 12, and 14.
Tim, it's hard for a girl to get a ride anywhere from a car.
No comment.
Most girls
No comment.
No.
All she's got to do is stand there on the corner. She'll get plenty of rides.
Tell she to charge for them.
Now, this is not Bonnie. Straighten up.
I would assume it's really hard for a person in a wheelchair to get an Uber because Ubers use their own cars.
Sure.
You would have to get somebody that has a wheelchair accessible vehicle.
Right.
Well, then you wouldn't be driving a car over fake speeding with drunk driving either.
Well, you could be driving your wheelchair.
You don't call.
It only goes 6 miles an hour.
They do have wheelchair accessible Ubers out here, believe it or not. I have seen them. But they have other services out here that's better than that. Fax Plus. They'll actually come out. You gotta request them ahead of time or a day ahead of time. They'll actually come out and pick you up. They got the lifts, everything. The little really small buses. I think only maybe 4 people could fit in there.
Dollar buses can pick up people who wear wheelchairs.
Yeah, just kind of nice. I'm glad they had that service for those people.
That's how the public transportation I have that I use to get back and forth to college works. The biggest van they have can only fit like 8 people, eight regular people and 2 wheelchairs.
Now, we do have the really big buses. I don't know how many people, I'm assuming with 15, 20 people on there. But they can put 1, 2, 3 wheelchairs on there.
Ours can take 2.
Actually, they make you move out of those seats because they fold the seats up and they strap them down and everything. Like, well, that's kind of cool.
That's how our public transportation is around here. They have the seats in those vans that can fold up, so when they got wheelchairs in there, they fold them up, and then when they don't have any wheelchairs in there, they fold them down.
Of course, I haven't been on the fax bus system since 2004 when I first moved out here. At the time, I didn't have a car, and I used the buses for a little bit, and I tripped out on it. Now they got bike racks on the front of them. They
Yeah.
can hold up to 3 bicycles. So I'm like, what? That's kind of cool.
Ours can hold too.
The school bus I used to ride in high school, they modified, they took a lot of seats out of the front of that bus, so it could hold 4 wheelchairs.
Oh, nice.
Is that a school bus? How many fish did you get in there?
That's funny.
Oh, boy.
Apparently Tony is mixing martinis tonight.
Yeah.
We should put our orders in early.
Ooh, yuck.
Never had a martini in my life.
I've never had one, but it looks nasty. When they put an olive or something in there,
I have no clue what's in them.
a green olive with something brown. No, I don't think so.
Alex, how much
I've
is your
never had any
public
kind
transportation?
of drinks.
Go ahead, Rick.
How much is your public transportation, Alex? Ours is 2.
Mine depends on where you go. Cause I'm, like, for me to go from here to my college, it cost me $10 round trip.
That's not bad.
My college is only
Well, how many miles?
away.
Oh, 6 miles? That's cheap.
26 miles. 26
Oh,
miles.
26 miles. That's really, really cheap. That's a deal. Yeah, I've caught Uber from here to Sky Park, but I'm not disabled. From here to Sky Park, I think it was like $11. Because I was going to a party. That's 13 miles away, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I looked it up, and I actually know someone that used to drive for Uber. He still might do it, but I asked him what it would cost to go from my house to the college, and he said it'd probably be like $30 one way.
The thing that kind of bummed me out, if I was to take a bus and put my bike on the front of it to go to Sky Park from where I live, that's an hour trip. A 15-minute drive. But it only costs you $1.25 to do it. But I'm not sitting on no damn bus for an hour.
Oh, I sat on our public transportation for 2 hours because they had to drop people off at Little Rock, and what they do is they haul me to Little Rock to drop the people off, and then come and then we'd have to haul me back down the highway all the way back to my college. So from the time I get on the bus to the time I get there, like one time I was on the bus at 7 o'clock in the morning, didn't get there till 10 o'clock, and it's only a 30-minute drive.
I would have been bitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public transport in the US, yeah, well, want to get me started on it?
Oh no.
Because I lived in Switzerland. And
Oh wow.
you can get in Switzerland from any point to any point with public transport, no issue. Yes?
Really? Our Catherine, our one of our Bulldog skydiving team girls, she just bought a house in Switzerland. She is a school teacher here in Kerman Elementary School. She just recently bought a house 6 months ago in Switzerland, and during all this pandemic stuff, and she's an elementary school teacher in Kerman, which is the next county over. And we went to a party last Friday night. She hosted it at her house. Really nice party. We had tacos and whatever, and we did a group picture together. It was nice. And she's fed up with the United States. I was just talking about that earlier with somebody I was doing tech support on over the phone, and I'm like, she's done with this stuff here. She's like, I'm selling my house, I'm quitting my teaching job, I've already got a house in Switzerland, I'm done with this stuff. You know, a 5-year-old kid, a 7-year-old kid is yelling at me and yelling the F word and yelling, and here's the phone, and she's going to the vice principal, and the vice principal said, I can't help you. I gotta take care of these kids out in the parking lot because it's a safety issue. It's like, what's going on? This school's in the country.
I know what's going on if the parents don't care and the parents don't teach the kids.
Exactly. Thank you. She's fed up with it.
Yeah,
It's the new generation.
I get it, but I tell you now one thing. She's moving to Switzerland.
She's already got a house there.
Yeah.
She's got a house here in Fresno. She's got a house in Switzerland. She's ready to go.
Yes, but she moves to Switzerland. Tell her, where is the house? You know in which part it is?
I do and don't. But last Friday night, you know, and she's got this new boyfriend from Switzerland too. So I'm kind of like, you know, we're picking his brain also. Like, what's up with the mystery man? He's a skydiver too, so that's kind of nice.
Okay. But she will have a culture shock because Switzerland.
Well, let me explain something. The thing about Brandy, when school's out, she travels all over the world and she looks for places to base jump from. So that's not going to bother her none, the culture shock. She's already used to it. She's been there before.
No, but it's different if you live in a country and if you make holiday in a country. It's two completely different things. And I tell you something that you can tell her, and if she wants to talk to me, she can. You can give her my messenger info, yes? Because the problem is with Swiss are assholes, yes?
Yeah, she did mention that a little bit, but
They're racists. If she goes to Switzerland and she only speaks English, so she needs to make sure that she at least attempts to learn either, I don't know where her house is, she needs to learn either French, Italian, or German.
well, Brandy knows 7 languages, so that's no problem.
To be like accepted by the Swiss, yes?
Yeah, true. I don't know what the situation is, but she just wants to go. I do know she knows all the different languages.
The older generation in Switzerland, they don't speak necessarily English, yes? But the younger people in Switzerland, also people who study, they are far more likely to speak English, yes?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes?
And she bought this up at the party last Friday night. And they were showing us all these houses and stuff that's for sale, and she's like, yeah, the government will pay you to remodel a piece of crap. Is that true?
Well, is her
I don't know.
crap?
Well, let me reword it. Something that needs to be updated. The government will pay you to remodel it and get it up to standards.
Do that in Detroit.
Maybe if the house is how do you say that an older house and it's protected substance, I don't know what you call it in English. if a house is very old and it's protected by
Historical.
Yeah, historical.
maybe then she can get a certain amount from the government to help her in the restoration of this house. Yes?
Well, she's got a house that's, really nice, but they're looking at all these other houses, and she's like, wow, the government will pay you to remodel and stuff. I was like, wait a minute, is that
Yeah,
true?
if the house is, I assume, if the house is historical, then you might get a certain amount.
So, she's being misled.
Yeah, because maybe she did not understand certain details of that deal, yes? Because historical houses, they are harder to,
It's gotta be by a certain standards, quite like here in the States. You can't change certain things.
exactly, and you need to make sure that you have that the windows, that they are maybe made from glass and wood and not from glass and plastic and stuff like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
has to be in Germany, there is a service, how do you say, an organization, so
Historical organization.
yes, they take old stones, old windows, old doors,
And we restore them.
old materials, and then they save these materials so people who have an old house, who need to restore the old house, can restore it according to the epoch the house was built in, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it should be.
This is a very good organization, yes. So if an old house has to be demolished, yes, they demolish it with care, so they can save the old materials from the old house. So these materials can then be reused, yes.
Tina Turner.
Often the stones of the old houses, they have a certain color or certain length, certain height that are not produced anymore today, yes? So then they can go and reuse the materials. I find it a very good thing what they do, yes? I mean, they put in a lot of effort into these things, yes?
Yeah, Billy Ringer just showed a leak, and that was the kind of stuff she was showing us on her phone. It's like, yeah, you can go here and get this and redo it.
That's a nice looking estate.
Yeah, 76 million.
Redo a house in Switzerland, I mean, oh God, especially a historical one, you can tell her if she wants to do a quick round trip of Switzerland and of historic houses, she can go to the, it's called Freilichtmuseum Balenberg. I find it, I put in the link for you so you can give it to her, because this is very interesting.
Yes, we had a long conversation Friday night, and then he was like, well, you've already got a house bought that's immaculate, but you're looking at all these other homes that could use help. And I'm like, what are you trying to do? You want to flip them? I don't know if you understand that term, flip them. You go in there and buy a house that's a piece of crap, and you turn it around and make money off of it and resell it.
Yes, I am.
But also, she was like, hey, the government will help a little bit too.
Yeah, the government will not pay the full renovation of the house, yes. Depending on what has to be done, there might be a certain amount of money they get.
They will. Okay, that's what
Yes.
that was my understanding from her. I'm like, really?
It depends. I think it depends. I put it in the I put it in the chat. Yes.
Oh, this must be on YouTube.
Hmm.
I'm not even on YouTube.
No, she just put it in the Zoom chat.
I put it in the Zoom chat. This is a link to
Oh.
to a museum.
Okay.
Because the museum consists of different
Wow.
different houses in Switzerland. Because
Look at all that snow in that one house.
and where you are, the houses can be quite different. Yes. So it's a difference if you live in Canton Grischun or if you live in Canton Appenzell. Yes. And it's a difference if you live in Canton Valleys or in Canton Jura. Yes, you understand?
Uh-huh.
So, depending on the region, the houses, they can look very different. And this is very interesting, I think, especially for her and her husband or boyfriend, well, whatever. They can go there and you can walk through the old houses. And you can see how people in earlier times lived. In these
I love old houses and I love to remodel houses. I used to do that. My very first business when I was 18 or 19 years old was remodeling. And I had 19 employees for me back then. And that's really cool what you can do with some sheetrock and paint or whatever. You can change a lot of stuff really quick.
Yes.
We had painters come in our job, what day did they start? Tuesday? They painted our break room. We got HD TV, we got, Comcast cable, we got all the nice stuff in there. It took these guys 3 days to paint our break room, and they taped it all off. And the weirdest thing I've never seen before, they taped it all off and did the trim first. I was like, are you kidding me? No, I do all the walls first and the trim last, and I could do it without a damn sprayer. In a half a day, it takes them 3 days to do this? I laughed about it. And they screwed up our damn door that goes outside, so now we got to get our maintenance man to fix that. They don't know what the hell they're doing. But it is what it is. Yeah, she's really wanting to do some flip-flops out there. I'm like, well, be careful. You're in a country that you didn't grow up in.
Yeah,
But she is dating somebody, and well, you're in a new relationship, so you ought to be careful about that too.
tell her to
But I was shocked to hear the government's helping out on this stuff out there.
yeah, on historical buildings, I can see it. On historical buildings, tell her it's probably.
Well, the way they explained it to us, it's not. It's almost anything that's run down. And I'm like,
There's
huh?
Jeff.
Tim, there's no flip-flops over there. They're called clogs.
Oh, I gotta get me some clogs for my shoes.
Speaking of clogs, there's Jeff.
Clocks are, they belong to Holland, yes?
Yes.
The Dutch.
Nice. So you used to live in Switzerland, right?
Yes, 30
Cool.
years.
30 years, wow.
Yeah, I was born in Switzerland. I mean, I'm Swiss. But if I can avoid it, I want to stay far away from any Swiss.
And she's wanting to get out of the United States and go to Switzerland. That's crazy. And you're the opposite.
Yeah. So before she begins with house lifting, she wants to know
Want coffee, babe?
She wants to know the regulations. Yes, because the Swiss, they're keen on it, and you, for many things in Switzerland, you need the licenses first before you can even begin to move the bricks, if you know what I mean. Yes?
Yeah, well, yeah, she bought a place before she met this guy. I think the reason why she wants to move out there must be some really tall mountains, and it must be some really cool places to base jump from.
Oh, okay.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
She could not tell Collins old house.
And tell her this is my tip for her and for her boyfriend. There is an organization in Switzerland. It's called the Paraplegikerstiftung. Tell her
I think she mentioned that. I just didn't pay attention.
to become a member, because in case something happens to her through an accident, yes, can be in the car, can be from her hobby base jumping, whatever. If she has an accident, if she ends up, God forbid, if she ends up paraplegic, tetraplegic, she will get 200,000 Swiss francs. And I got to need it because it's,
That's why I'm a machinist kind of quit at where I'm at now, and when I moved out here, oh well, this company got started because of an aviation accident,
No. Want it?
and the girl is
What brown thing?
paralyzed from the waist
I'll
down
give it to you. You're fine.
on a hang gliding accident. That's how quick wheelchairs got started. And I'm like, hey, that's what I want to do. I want to help people. And now she's wanting to go out. She's wanting to move out there. I'm like, huh?
Nice background, BH. I like that.
Oh, that's cool. Sail ship.
Lots of water scenes tonight.
I haven't sailed in years.
That's the Blue Notes. That's a
Yeah,
dime.
Thanks for all the info, Catherine, and with the parts list.
Did you
oh, you're
get,
very welcome.
hey Catherine, do you recommend him some good Corsair memory?
Oh yeah. No, it wasn't Corsair. It was
I
what
know,
was that?
I'm just pulling your chain.
Yeah.
It wasn't Corsair. What was that? I looked at it.
Cheesekill.
Yeah.
Cheesekill memory. Don't get Corsair. Corsair
Yeah, I've got some here, and I'm wondering why I've left it in a drawer for 10 years, and I don't know why.
I got 64 gig of Corsair memory that's supposedly running all right. I haven't stressed all of it yet.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Corsair memory works, it works. Yes, it's not an issue.
Right, I know it's
The problem with Corsair is the issue begins the moment something fails. And it doesn't matter if it's a PSU, if it's memory, because they say, yes, memory has lifetime warranty, yes. And then you go, you open an RMA and then say no. And I tell you one thing, they only said no to me once. And then I lost it. I completely lost it. Yes.
Wow.
I lost it in an email. I mean, you could feel that I was
Great.
angry, that I was absolutely livid. Yes.
the email burned up their computer when they got it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, Catherine. I know what you think of Corsair. I was just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I have Corsair RAM here, and I found it one night looking for that cable to plug my camera in when me and Ken was like, hey, you can use your camera as a webcam, and I couldn't find it, and I stumbled across that Corsair. I'm like, wow, that's a nice Corsair. Like, looks nice and big, and it's purple and white. Why was it stuck in this thing? It's been there for 10 years. Oh, well, never mind. Now I know why.
So that's me coming out my back door this morning. We got a little bit of snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
East Coast is supposed to get, you supposed to get a bunch, Greg?
We got about 2.5 inches so far. It's still coming down.
And it started snowing in Roanoke, Virginia at 2 o'clock today, my time.
What about BH? How much snow you got?
They changed over to freezing rain and all the power lines and cable lines and everything are looking pretty icy.
Ooh, that's not
Yeah,
cool.
freezing rain sucks big time.
Yeah, freezing rain takes down power lines. That's not cool.
Yeah.
It takes down trees, it takes down everything.
Oh, yeah. Then you're in the dark.
Yeah, you got a cell phone, just go outside and shoot some footage. Let's see.
Anything on the house, Ken?
We put our offer in this morning, and we have to wait until tomorrow night when the guy's gonna make a decision and see what happens. We get it. We get it. We don't. We don't. I mean, I'm not playing the game
We're
of.
gonna do the bidding war thing.
Yeah, I'm not. I said here's my offer. I'm not gonna offer any more.
What's he using to decide? The Yahtzee Cup?
I'm sure he's going to use whoever gives him the highest offer and with the least amount of effort on his part.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to get lucky and be a veteran and be able to, you know, get a little bit of, oh, this guy's a vet, let's go with that. That's not going to happen.
I keep hearing today about offers where people are saying they're gonna skip the inspection and all that sort of thing, and I would never do that.
Well, the VA will do the inspection. I don't have to worry about that, and it'll be pretty thorough.
Okay.
I'm not doing, they wanted me to get involved in 2 programs that was just ridiculously going to screw us over, and not to mention drain our savings account. So we talked about it last night and decided this is what we're going to offer, and it's substantially higher than his asking price, but I don't think it's going to, I don't think it'll make top 10, honestly. He just,
I don't know, I'm eligible, but I've never done a VA loan.
I've done 2. Have never had any issues.
First house we bought, we assumed an existing mortgage. Because the guy had only been in the house for 6 months. And the interest rate was 11.5% at a time when the going rate was 16. So that wasn't a hard decision.
No.
That was back 1981, when inflation was galloping down the road.
Well, I used their propaganda they gave me against them a little bit, and I compared what they said things were selling for in the last year on actual paper in writing, as opposed to, well, I hear this is what houses are going for. Well, you know, the papers you gave me show that we're in the right area. If it all works out, we get it. If not, we start looking Sunday morning for something else, and Monday we'll run over to Indiana again.
If you offer more than they're asking, sometimes you get in a situation where the lender won't go along.
Right. That was
I've
another
been
part.
involved in one deal like that. I think I was on the selling end, actually.
Well, that was one of their conversations was the house might not appraise for what you're offering. You need to pony up the difference out of your pocket. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. You know.
Question. I haven't kept up with real estate in years. Is it a selling or a buying market right now?
Oh,
Here, it's a seller's market.
selling,
in Las Vegas.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. If our house goes through, we put it on Wednesday morning, had an offer Wednesday night, we accepted it Thursday afternoon, and we're scheduled to close March 3rd. So,
Wow.
the only thing that's got me concerned is my realtor here is all worried about the roof, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the roof. Now, I know she's basing that on, there's been like 4 or 5 houses, including my next door neighbor, got their roofs replaced this summer. I probably am overthinking this. I hope I'm overthinking it, and it all goes smooth. Because she was
You
like,
know the
well,
age of the roof on your house?
I do not. Without digging out the paperwork, I have no clue. Honestly, do not know.
Oh,
Yeah, the roof's very important. But they're expensive to get reshingled.
I had mine done, it cost me $4,500.
I can believe it.
The last roof I had done, of course, I'm here in Vegas, we're using, well, it's called a tile roof. Most of them are concrete, but
Concrete.
some type of.
Oh, that tile stuff.
Yeah, tile stuff. The
Could be
last
worse.
shingled roof I had done was like, I think $1,500, and that was many years ago now.
Could be in California where years ago someone got the bright idea to put wood shingle slats on your roof in a state that
Oh,
has fires.
come on. What a dumb idea. You know, almost all those things are gone here because they all caught on fire from these illegal fireworks.
Yeah.
They go to Vegas or Reno and they get all the illegal fireworks. They bring them over here and they shoot them in the air and they fall on top of those roofs.
Always thought that was kind of dumb myself.
Yeah, when I first moved down here, I was like, are you kidding me? They got wood up there?
Well, not only wood, but they were wood slats and they overlapped one another. I mean, it was
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of interesting. So hopefully,
The Mexican-built kind of homes has the ceramic or clay shingles. I've seen those out here a lot.
you know,
I don't know if they're any good or not.
the only thing we did differently, above and beyond, if you want to use that terminology, is his cutoff is 7 o'clock. We said, take an extra hour. We give you to 8 o'clock before we want an answer. I don't think that's going to make any difference, but it made the realtor happy. So I said, Chair, go ahead. He's going to know in 2 hours. Now, is he going to take an offer at 6:55, knowing he's making a decision at 7 o'clock? Sure, he is. He might decide on, let's just say 2:20, and someone comes in at 6:58, 6:59 with 2:30. He's going to take 2:30. You know, he's playing a bit more. He might even take it at 7:15, and we're never going to know. So, we got the live shot. Let's go live to our newscaster on the scene, Nova Scotia. B.H. Ringer, take it away. We seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
Please stand by. Oh, wait, there he goes. Oh, no. Grab that pole. Oh, doggone. Well, there goes B.H. Ringer. Blackwatch, can you jump over to Nova Scotia and help us out?
He's messing with some saves. He'll get there.
Yeah. No, he's outside with his phone, I think. I think that's...
I believe he dropped onto the flagpole on top of the barn at the moment.
I think so, too.
It's not focusing right because it's so dark out.
Oh, there's the moon. Is that the moon? That's not the moon.
He'll get there. Give him time.
Yeah. So, Jeff, I really hope tomorrow night I've got great news that everything's going to go really good.
Yeah, we all hope for you.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I know you do. I appreciate you asking. Pardon?
Are you pre-approved?
I am, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of in the dark here. You buying a house in Indiana?
We're selling here and buying there is what we're attempting to do.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you
Awesome.
Are you paying Alex to check out the Wi-Fi system if it's okay?
No, he said he was going to do that for me for free.
Oh, a freebie. A freebie, that's cool. The family plan.
If you want to pay me to come over there, I will help you. As long as you can run the cables, I will help you configure all of your Wi-Fi equipment. If you want to go on Amazon and purchase.
What's this pay me? I've got it on recorded conversation. You said you would do it for free. Now you want paid? Hold on. Let me put you somewhere where we can. Hold on a second. Where's that button at?
Well, I got notified by text today that this new internet I signed up for is ready to be activated, so I'm gonna be trying that this weekend.
Nice. And
I gotta
Alex,
go to some website and they'll give me instructions.
since
I
it's
really
a,
know I gotta find a longer cable than came with the router.
right. And since it's already a Google smart home, I got a funny feeling it's wired and or Wi-Fi'd up pretty substantially good. But thanks for letting me run the cables. I appreciate that.
You got a Google smart home? Nice.
I don't hear, but the house we're trying to buy does.
Oh, so
Tank-
it's gonna
a
track,
tankless
it's
water
gonna
heater?
track you when you take a dump.
Probably.
Oh, you got it going on now.
The
Just don't
tankless
say,
water
hey,
heater.
Google, turn all the lights off.
Yeah, really.
Well, mine's
Have you-
not, mine caught that, but I don't have any lights set up. There's no lights in this house that's on, we don't have any smart lights.
Oh, every light in here is a smart light, except for the kitchen light above the, that's them old-timey fluorescent pieces of crap. So I like to just take a baseball bat and knock it down because it's a piece of junk.
Are those bulbs that you can just screw into a regular socket?
Oh yeah, I've got, actually the one that's above this computer looking down at me is a floodlight. Yeah, you can change colors on it. That one is a floodlight. 75 watts, I believe, those guys. And then I got 8 of these little guys. LifeX. And it works off of Wi-Fi, and you use the app on your phone, and I got Alexa on my smartwatch. If I'm too lazy when I go to bed, hey Alexa, turn the lights off.
I'll show Tim the house we're trying to buy.
These are really cool, and there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with them. You can set times.
Last a reasonable length of time?
Excuse me?
And do those last a reasonable length of time? I mean, I know they must be a little more pricey, but
Well, yeah, they're a little pricey, you know. I bought 1 or 2 at a time, and then I wait 6 months. I buy 1 or 2 at a time, and then I've gotten all that I want. I think the oldest ones I have in here was bought, what, let's see, 3 years ago, so nothing's gone out yet.
So is the
when we redid everything after we had our house fire, I put in basically all LED bulbs, but I got one set of them I tried to put in one of the bathrooms that kept just burning out immediately.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
last a day, LED bulbs.
Yeah, I do have the
I don't know.
non-smart LED bulbs, and I went and bought dimmable. I went and bought the kind that you can put in my ceiling fan that you can dim up and down, because I have a remote control for my ceiling fan. But you can't use those CFLs up there, because if you try to dim it up and down and they explode on you.
Yeah, these.
And the kind that you can't dim. So I got LEDs in that guy, but it's not smart. There's nothing smart about it.
so is,
It's
that,
a remote control.
is the house showing on the sharing of the screen? Am I on the right screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
So here you go, Tim. This is the front.
That's what you're trying to get? Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yep, that's the living room.
Is that the living room?
Yeah, theater on the wall.
Oh,
Another
wow.
angle
Oh, I like that kitchen.
into the kitchen. Theater system.
Oh, nice. Go back. Go back. Check out that projector. Oh, okay. Now I know why it has a white wall on it.
Yeah. The kitchen. Different
Now,
angle.
can you use that projector during the day?
Well, I don't know.
That's
In fact,
that's what I was asking.
well,
When me and Doug did presentations with the projector, we had to dark out all the windows.
yeah, that's what I was just
couple of
looking at. We
places.
may have to put out darkening curtains. But
That's
anyway,
something I don't like, but that's kind of cool though.
yep, nice kitchen.
Oh, nice. Oh, all the appliances are up to date. Oh, I like how the microwave's above the stove.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Only problem with those, I've got one of those that just died
Yeah.
a while back, and trying to find one that fit the same space is not necessarily.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass to find.
Master bedroom.
Looks pretty good size.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
Bedroom
bedroom shit
number-
out of that car, but you can see their marks in it.
Yeah. Bedroom number 2.
They don't like that gray paint, but that's cool though.
It actually is not that bad in person because I had reservations about
You know,
it.
actually that would look cool with some crown molding on the top of it.
Yeah. And then the third bedroom, which actually had the washer and dryer hookups at one time in there, they just covered them up. Backyard.
Oh, nice backyard.
The
And it's got a
shed.
shed.
Where the washer and dryer go.
The washer and dryer is actually in the garage.
That's where they should be.
Yeah. The
I
shed
think.
split right about here. He put a wall up. This side is finished. This side is the storage side, and it's got a loft in it as well. I was
Any
really,
power to it?
you know, Greg or Jeff, I don't know. I didn't pay it much attention.
Whoa, whoa, back up.
I know this wire here might.
I
don't know, I
see a wire there going to it.
Yeah.
I
Well.
don't know if that's for cable or something.
I couldn't tell if any of those wires actually went to it or not.
Yeah, and I forgot to look. I honestly did. Now I do know.
Oh, nice central unit on the back. That's a 3-ton unit.
When I stepped out the door right here from the garage to walk out in the yard, see that gutter right there?
Yep.
My head was
Yeah.
about 2 inches above it. I'm like, damn, this is short. You know, I'm
not
used to that.
good.
No, well, it's because of how it's laid out, but I'll just.
Yeah, but you could add some concrete to that or whatever and step it out and add shade to it.
Put a big sign up that says, "Don't run into
Yeah.
the gutter." So that's the
Got
front
potential.
porch. Yeah, front porch, and then the driveway for
Is that gravel?
blacktop.
Blacktop? Looks
Yeah.
like gravel.
So
In the front there, looks to me like at some point you could probably add
175,000? 2-bedroom?
3-bedroom. Could add what,
Hey,
Jeff?
Oh, 3-bedroom. That's not bad. Was that 1-car garage?
Damn near 3-car, 2.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a.
Pictures
got a-
pictures don't tell the truth.
Well, there's no pictures of the garage, but it's got a tankless water heater in there. It's got a furnace.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, washer and dryer. It was a nice garage. Huge. I mean, just absolutely huge. But Jeff, you were saying something about adding something to the front.
Well, you could add something, I can't think what you call them, but one of those things where you have sort of a semi-roof over on the front.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
Well, I was thinking about the same thing on the back where the gutter's too low.
You call them porticos.
Yeah.
You talking about
That's
over
not the
this
word
porch
I've
thing?
seen on some of these TV shows, but
Yeah.
that's the idea, yeah.
Yeah,
And they're cheap.
yeah. All I'll have to do is remember when
Yeah, I
I
would
go
add
out.
something back there on the back of that just to give you some shade. Well, it looks like the sun's setting or rising in that photo.
Well, it's setting because
Of course, photographers, we always check out that. But I would put something above that to
yeah.
give me a little more shade.
So you see the mouse moving right here?
Yeah, so I see that mold, so that indicates that's on the north side.
Right, because this is the west and this is the south over here. So
So you don't want some shade on the front of the home. But that's easy to fix. That looks like a pretty good deal.
yeah, first hurdle is we got to get it. Sorry about that, YouTube. We were sharing some things, so I'll figure out how to get it to where everybody can see it at the same time one of these days.
I've told you how to do that.
I've
What was
slept
that?
since then, Alex. But remind me, how do we do that?
Use your virtual camera and use OBS, and then if you change from your webcam to the OBS virtual camera in Zoom, then Zoom can see whatever. Then us in Zoom can see whatever you're showing on OBS, and OBS can see it at the same time.
Last time we tried that though, it didn't work.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Do what, Rick?
Anything virtual with me sounds like a very bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work last time we tried it, but I haven't given up entire hope yet. So,
Well, how far is this place from where you currently live?
120 some odd miles.
That's not too bad.
It's 5 minutes away from where Lorna's got a job lined up, and about 6 or 7 minutes from my mom's house, and about 6 or 7 minutes from my brother's house, and about 5 minutes away from my son's house.
Oh, it'll benefit everybody.
So my son called me today and goes, Dad, when are you moving? And I go, hopefully within a month. He goes,
Oh, they're
good.
bucking you already, huh?
Well, he's got 3 kids, 2 of which are twins that are 3 years old. Of course he's bugging me already.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Kim, you're breaking up, man.
Sorry.
He's waiting for the babysitters to arrive.
Hey, Ken, since
Yeah.
you say it's pretty well Wi-Fi down because it's got the Google Home and all that, did you actually check to see if there was a Wi-Fi on your phone or not while you was there?
I didn't try to connect to it, if that's your question.
I know, but did you just see if there was one there?
Did I not just answer that question?
No.
Yes, I did.
Not
Think
clearly.
about what I said, Alex. I did not try to connect to it.
Some realtors won't let you.
In other words, my phone saw it, but I didn't say, hey, Mr. Homeowner that I'm thinking about buying your home, may I connect to your Wi-Fi?
Probably got it locked.
It was.
They won't let you do that.
Yeah,
You try to connect to their Wi-Fi and they say, okay, we're done, leave.
exactly. So,
I want to check and see how many ice cubes you got in your freezer.
yeah.
Same thing.
Nor did I say anything about, hey, Google, even though the guy said I could do that. He
They're
offered.
like the realtors in our area. They're very strict as to what you look at, how you look at it, where. Now say, okay,
Yep.
we're done, leave.
Yep. Before we
I would
went
have
in, she
difficulty
said,
with somebody like that.
yeah, before we went in, she said, be very careful of what you asking because we don't want to get into deliberations later on down the road should that need arise. So we didn't ask any questions. We looked and we listened. That's all it took because he gave us
I'm sure you got plenty of your brochures and paperwork about it.
We just got the one sheet of paper, but it explains everything.
Oh, that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, I'm hoping,
Of course, you can reconfigure it to your personal settings.
you've talked to my little brother already, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
I know, it was a joke. 'Cause that was the first thing he said. He goes, well, you know you can modify that one wall. I'm like, we've not even bought it yet. Let's not talk about modifications.
Yeah, I would, there's a lot of things I could do with that.
I just want to get it.
Without all the technical BS in the background.
I just want to get it, get moved in, get this one sold, get that one bought, get moved, get settled in, and then go for it.
It looks really nice.
It was. The first house we looked at looked really nice on the pictures. It was horrible. It was absolutely
Well,
horrible.
the one thing I can say about it, it's not 2 floors.
Right. Well,
I hate those.
Oh, God.
You gotta go upstairs to do your laundry. Who the hell designed that crap? Pisses me off.
wait till you're
Who the
62
hell-
with bad knees and try to go up and down. the
Yeah, I got a runner's knee because I used to race bicycles back in the day.
Yeah.
Most of your laundry is created upstairs.
Oh, well, damn, it's stupid.
No. Convenient.
Well, yes and no. I'm on the fence on that. But anyway.
Well, I'm sure everyone's.
Technically, our laundry room is downstairs. It's the only room in the house I can't get to because it's down a step.
Well, here's the problem. When your washing machine screws up, it starts flooding everywhere. It drains all the way downstairs. Now you gotta replace sheetrock and this and that and the other.
If you put a drip fan underneath it.
Yeah, like our air conditioner unit. Sometimes they clog up because it doesn't get used much. It gets full of mold.
Yeah, Greg, I went to look for one of those drip pans. They didn't have a 60-gallon version.
I guess you're SOL.
I guess so. You Americans, who the hell puts laundry upstairs?
A lot of
A lot of
places.
people.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of places do that, I just don't like it.
Done right, it can work.
For some new homes here, the cost of a house here is primarily in the land in Vegas area. They have some that are 3 stories, but narrow footprint to save on the land. And some of those have the laundry on the 2nd floor.
Because that's where the beds are.
Yeah,
That, and there were some on the 3rd floor, but it's just, in my old age, I don't want a 3-story house.
I don't like a 2-story or a 3-story, or, I want everything on one level. I mean, just spread it out, just give me 11 acres, I'll make it as long as I can make it.
I don't know who it was, but I heard a story around here recently that someone had, I think it was somebody from church or something, somebody knew from church or something,